do you feel about small town romance? Georgie All Along by Kate Clayborn. Hello again, welcome back to my channel, Feminine Wants. And today I'm doing another book review. I've been kind of on a roll with them. I'm really having fun. I read a lot of books, and every once in a while a book comes along and it just kind of like gets into your soul. And that's today's book, Georgie All Along by Kate Clayborn. I am not normally a fan of small town romance, and I was a little worried, but you're in good hands with Kate Clayborn, and she knocked it out of the park. Georgie has just come from LA. She's been let go by her boss. She was a handler, kind of like a handler for directors or like an assistant, taking care of all the things that the director needed. So she was in this really glamorous Hollywood world, and then she goes back to her hometown to help her best friend who is about to have a baby. And lo and behold, she runs into a guy at the local little grocery store, little mom and pop grocery store. And there's been a mix-up. There's been a little switcheroo mishap, as is wont to happen in romance novels, right? And this guy and her are both supposed to be house sitting for her parents. Whoa, what's gonna happen now? Did I mention his name is Levi and he's got like a little bit of a beard? Did I mention that he's brooding and broken, and he was a bad boy and now he's made good? And did I mention that he has a giant, really cute dog? Oh my God. Kate Clayborn's ability to make these heroes that I don't even know how to describe the feelings I have for her heroes, but they're so wonderful. They are just fully formed, and you can feel their heart and you can feel their soul, and you want to soothe them. You want to make it all better in the best way. And we get to do that here. We get to watch Georgie do that. There's also a subplot about her and her best friend and their relationship with each other. It's about, this book in a lot of ways is about coming to grips with your story about yourself and the stories that you've told yourself about where you're at, where you're going, where you want to be, and the things that you thought you wanted all along, and how the real life experience in the moment is oftentimes so much better than your fantasies about how it would go. And I really loved that about this book. I loved putting a lens on, this is what you think you want, and then this is the reality that you can get that's so much better. And so she's kind of going through, she's made like a little bucket list of things that she wants to accomplish from this book she wrote when they were in 8th grade. So she's going through this list, and she's gonna do all these things that they never did in high school. And of course, hijinks ensues. Hijinks ensue, I think would be proper. What I also love about Kate Clayborn is that the backstories for the characters make a perfect through line with their current experience. So Levi he's come from a rich family, but he was never good enough for his father. He became a bad boy, and then something bad happened, and now he has this sense of worthlessness that completely makes sense with what he's doing now and his transformation that he needs to make to come through the other side. Like, it's just perfectly done. And what happens when you read books that are this well written is that you begin to really just feel like you get the characters in a whole different way, because all of their facets match. Everything, when you turn them from every angle, everything makes sense, everything aligns. And Georgie is the same way. She's got these really loving hippie parents. Her middle name is Moonbeam, for crying out loud. But she has her own set of difficulties with this, because she's just kind of like seat of her pants kind of girl. She's never made a plan. She's never tried to take care of herself first. She's got big people-pleasing issues and big codependency issues where she's just like takes care of people, but it's what she's good at. Like, it's not a negative in this regard, because it's what she actually is. She's a genius at it. And even though these two characters are going through these huge emotional, physical, psychological transformations, the romance takes center stage. It never gets away from her here. Like, you totally understand that the story is about these two falling in love, and I was a wreck. I was, the amount of crying I did, like, whoa, I was an emotional wreck for this book. There is also a third love interest in this book, and that is the scene-stealing dog, who you are going to completely fall in love with. If you are even a little bit of a dog person like me, you're going to completely fall in love with this knucklehead. He's too cute. Like everything Kate does, the love scenes are really great. They are not super explicit, like they're not like play-by-play explicit, but they're so hot because you can feel the love between these two. It's like, by this point in the book, they're completely real. And the experiences that they have on the page are just gorgeous, and it was really, really well done. You know I love dual POV, and here dual POV just kept me going, because being inside Levi's head and really feeling what he was going through, it tears your heart out in the most beautiful way. I did not want this book to end. I just love everything Kate Clayborn does. She is phenomenal. Now, this is a small town romance, but I wouldn't necessarily classify it as a second chance, and I won't exactly tell you why in case you haven't read the book yet, because I don't want to give anything away. But it is definitely a small town romance and a homecoming romance. If you have kind of like mixed feelings about your high school years, this might be a really interesting one for you to try. If you've never read Kate Clayborn, I really, really recommend trying her. I'm normally a historical fiction kind of gal, but Kate is just a master at what she does, and I love her books. So how do you feel about small town romance or second chance romance? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. And this book was so... My dog is going... I'm blaming the dog. I'm blaming the dog.